I'm fucking telling you, man. ABBA is just Iron Maiden for straight dudes. Or no, Iron Maiden is just ABBA for straight dudes. Let me get it the right way around. All right. I don't make the rules. All right. It's just how it is. That's all over, mate. All over. You know. But anyway, it's fine. I've told you I won't get into it.
You won't get into it. It's just going to start it that way, yeah.
Yeah.
We're just gonna cold open because I can't just look. We're operating on a man down temporarily. Okay.
Temporarily, man needs to get in.
Sometimes
needs to eat.
Apparently, fucking who needs to eat? Big pussy, right?
Humans to function, to survive.
All right, I'll give him that. But if he starts breathing, right, he might as well just trade in his balls. That's what I'm saying, right? But no, George will be here soon. We know he's everyone's favourite. We know that's why he withholds. He likes to make them want it. He knows his worth, which is good.
The opportunist
to come in at
the right moment.
Likes to make an entrance. Which is ironic because he also likes to make an exit as well when he leaves me in the dust. But don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'm not still mad. I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. No, it's fine. He's going to be here in a little while. He's having his food. He's having his water. He's having his oxygen, hopefully, and replenishing himself for an epic return. And he will hopefully be giving us the down low on Download 2024. A little bit late, but it's never too late really to hear about whatever shenanigans.
Yep, get someone's
side of it.
What it's actually like being there. Even it looked like a load of fun. There were a load
Mud
of bands
and mayhem.
Load of bands
I would actually
personally would like to see, but the Mud get
fucked.
Yeah, I just don't know if the juice is worth the squeeze for me, really. It's like any one of these lineups, there'll be like, 40 bands, and there'll be maybe less than 10 that I actually want to see. And it's like, well, do I want to like lie in my own shit for 4 days, for less than 10 bands? Which I suppose in this economy, it works out quite well, right? Because, even like a smaller band these days, you're paying like 30 plus a ticket. So I suppose it does work out quite well economically.
It was fine.
Like,
it was a good idea.
Like over 10
years ago,
I was all up for it.
I couldn't give a fuck about the money. I was working, and it was like, I'm definitely going to a festival. Like that was my thing. At the end of the year, I get my holidays to go on a festival, and then now, it must be
kids
an old man
and
thing.
Council tax and all this other stuff.
But
I feel it.
It's just the thought of actually doing it though, and lugging all my shit. Like,
I can
do it. Do I want to?
It's a
totally different fucking
subject.
Oh yeah, man. Like, we can blame like the failing economy and like our suffering bank accounts all we want, or the lack of a good lineup, and we can say that music isn't as good as it used to be. But let's face it, we are old. We can't carry a tent without pulling our shoulder out of place anymore. Call it what it is. You're gonna see George like limping in with a hump. He's gonna have a fucking beer crate sized dent in his spine. It's not pretty, man. It's not pretty, but some of us are still willing to put ourselves out there to do it, even at the expense of the Pop Roast podcast. It's fine. I'm not mad, right? But also, I think we all saw A Quiet Place. I'm pretty sure George saw it. I'm pretty sure you saw it.
Yeah.
That's A Quiet Place day one.
To work.
Yeah.
No, you saw it completely legitimately. Nothing else to talk about there. But I think we also all saw the new Beverly Hills Cop, Actual F, or is it Actual F Beverly Hills Cop, as I think it's titled, weirdly, which is
Yeah.
fine. But whatever, we'll talk about that maybe. I watched a whole bunch of other random movies since the last time we've done one of these. So maybe those will come up. A trailer for the new Captain America Brave New World dropped today. So we are going to be fresh on the heels of that. We're going to fucking lob that back and forth like a Red Hulk hot potato. And what else was there? The Hellboy trailer that I forgot to watch. But we'll talk about it anyway. Maybe there's a reason I forgot to watch it. Maybe it doesn't look that good. Maybe it looks like a fan film. I don't know.
Maybe.
We've had the passing of a legend this week. I wanted us all to be here for this because I know George, will want to weigh in on this, and I don't want to have to keep coming back to it more than once. But she's a legend and she deserves it. I'm talking about Shelley Duvall, sadly passed away, I believe yesterday, the day before yesterday, of long-term health stuff, which I'm pretty sure is what death is just a long-term health thing, right? So it gets the best of us, even legends like Shelley Duvall. Obviously, it feels like such a cop-out to even talk about The Shining because it's like, but how do you not? You know what I mean? That's her thing. And I do think, as much as that movie gets talked about, I do think it's not easy to overlook, but I do think she does get overlooked in terms of everyone thinks about the direction and Jack Nicholson and everything, but she really does anchor that movie, and she, that movie is a two-prong attack, you know what I mean? And she is just as equal in that film, and her personality and her subtle homely charisma really carries you through that. She is sort of the focal point.
Well, I watched I watched The Shining. Watched The Shining and
what's it?
Silence of the Lambs in one night because I was just in that mood. And even
to
this day, weird. But even to this day, it's just the way it's just her and how she portrays her character in The Shining, and how even her most terrified state is just still fuck this.
Yeah, it's crazy how she's able to seemingly completely just throw herself away and just completely get lost in it, but also is still 100% giving herself to the camera and to the movie. And that's such a hard balance to get, I would imagine. I'm no Shelley Duvall, obviously, but I was thinking as well, it's it almost feels unfair that we call Jamie Lee Curtis the Scream Queen, because Shelley Duvall really coming in with the chair for that title, you know what I mean? In just that one performance. And obviously she's done countless other stuff, what a storied career in the last 40 plus years of her working. I would be remiss though, because people talk about, you've got a Robert Downey Jr. as a Tony Stark. You've got a Matthew Lillard as a Shaggy. You've got a Margot Robbie as Barbie. I'm talking about perfect castings for characters that you just cannot touch. And I think Shelley Duvall as Olive Oil in fucking Popeye, mate, is up there. As far as somebody being so perfect for a thing and just taking it, just being you know what, I can see why I was casting this. I'm just gonna lean all the way in, and I'm gonna make this you know, the definitive best version of this that I possibly can. And the movie's not the best, but
Uh,
she absolutely
well,
nails
seeing
that.
when you saw it for the first time as a kid, it was like, whoa. It's
What is
just like,
this? Yeah.
Yeah,
that
the fucking
octopus gave me the shit.
octopus as a kid
Really
scared me.
it messed me up for a while. I think it was just like the eye shot of the octopus when it was,
And then it's fighting
Popeye,
and
and
then it's just like,
beats the fuck out of it.
Yeah, I mean, you know, as a kid, when you're watching that movie and you're used to watching those cartoons, it's a little bit of a jar, you know, because it's not really, you know, it's very different in a lot of ways to the cartoon as it is, you know, because it's a movie. But again, the one anchoring force is like, okay, so Popeye looks weird. They're singing, you know, there's not a lot of fighting. There's, you know, it's a different tone, but that is olive oil. There is no mistaking. That is olive oil. That brings me that gives me that comfort that lets me know that this is the right movie that I've walked into, you know. And in another movie that I think she's really good in, that might not be the right movie to walk into, might not be a movie that anyone even thinks of. And I don't know if you remember this movie because I know you're a wrestling guy, but Suburban
You were about to
Commando.
mention,
yes.
sir.
Suburban
actually-
Commando. She
I was
plays the
waiting to
wife
see
of Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I was waiting for you to
To either bring
bring this up, or I was.
because
That was one of my old
time favorite.
movies as a kid.
I
I must
Love
even
that
got
shit.
it,
or rented it.
but I
No, I like rewound that
fucking VHS more times than
than anything
any fucking
fucking VHS in my life.
probably.
Yeah, man. I think that was probably one of the earliest like violent things I saw because when he's at the beginning and there's like the green alien dudes getting like their tentacles chopped off and shit.
Yeah,
Like, so, you know, Shelley
Was-
has carried
it-
me through a lifetime of horror, you know, so mad respect for that.
Undertaker. Does an Undertaker come down as
It's a bounty hunt.
hunter, and he has
Is
the
he in
voice
that
of a
as
kid?
well?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
He's the
I-
long
Head
Yeah.
bounty hunter
and then
he opens his mouth,
and it's just like the
a voice of a
child. And he's like,
Right,
Really?
of course.
that's
Yeah.
the voice
you chose.
I mean, why not? Why not? And obviously Christopher Lloyd and yeah, you know, the tinfoil spaceships and, you know, hiding, you know, pulse rifles under the mattress or whatever he's doing. Like, that's a lovable movie. That's a lovable movie. And, you know, it's a shame more people don't remember that. Maybe, you know, as a silver lining to everything, maybe more people will go and check out some of those other movies outside of just The Shining, you know. And it's hard, man, because like you Google her or you look her on her IMDb or whatever, and like every other movie is like a Shining related fucking making of documentary, you know, retrospective, something or other. But there is some other stuff in there that is definitely worth your eyeballs attention. And yeah, sad loss. Wish we could have seen her in more stuff, you know, coming into sort of like the modern age, you know, but she was like, fuck you, I've had enough, I've done what I want to do, I don't need to deal with this shit anymore. And, you know, hopefully it was a nice relaxed retirement and a peaceful, you know, as possibly can be, ending to a life
Yeah,
well
well,
lived.
Yeah, well,
it's like the career she's had compared to like what many people that with
the
the
lives that
she's had
have
died
younger
ages. I'm just saying,
in, but
Yeah.
seem to be like
in the age range
of
have well,
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
I mean, a lot of people.
Seconds.
I mean, The Shining, man. Again, not to like bring it back to that, but that is like not only one of the, you know, sort of ultimate horror movies, but one of like you could easily put that in the conversation as like one of the best movies of all time. You know, so even if that was your only credit, which it wasn't, like that is a legacy that is gonna
Yeah, it is,
carry
'cause
through until the end of
it's still
time.
it's going to be a movie I'm going to tell my kids to watch, or I'm going to show
my kids,
just
as a
father who loves horror. I'll show them when they're older.
they're like,
Dad, that movie's
messed up.
yes, and it'll be with
You
you
for the rest of your
your life.
Yeah. My 4-year-old's watching it right now. Stay away from the elevator. You know, like it's fine. They're gonna be fine. So yeah. I mean, you know, the worst part of this is when you've got to, you know, not the worst part because obviously it's sad for her family and people that knew her. But for us over here at the Pop Rose podcast, it's hard because we've now got to transition into another topic, you know. But we've all got our part to play in the circle of life. So moving on. I'll tell you what we'll get into. We talk about from one horror to another. It was indeed Agatha all along, McManus. Now, if you haven't heard those words for a while, if you don't follow a lot of this stuff, and maybe it's been a few years since you heard the words Agatha all along. Now, when that show WandaVision was coming out, it was one of the first shows on Disney Plus as well. You know, we was right in the early days of the pandemic, and that song was a big hit. Everyone loved the week-to-week mystery. You know, maybe something that other newer Disney Plus shows haven't been able to capture. Acolyte. Sorry, excuse me. Just a little bit of a chest. No way. Damn it! I'm still too good. I'm still too good. Haven't even talked about Captain America.
Here we go.
Motherfucker, just keeping me on my toes. What an absolute plot twist. We are happy to see you, but we're also halfway into a topic that you probably don't care about. So, you know,
entrance.
swings and roundabouts. So
I could
Agatha
see the
all
shield in
along.
the background.
Yeah, it was Agatha all along. It was George all along. But unlike, yeah, we got you great.
You're good.
But unlike Agatha, George has not been here all along. But McManus, you watched the trailer. Are you still excited for it? Do you think it's still like worth wanting to watch this after, you know, so long since WandaVision came out? You think it's been too long? You know,
obviously it caught me unaware.
So like,
What the fuck? Yeah.
don't she have?
Like, why is she a cop?
Why
Like she has no powers.
powers?
Did she die? And
Then yeah,
and I just see
parts of the trailer.
trailer like, where the fuck is this going? I get like
It's
all spooky and
evil.
shit. And, like,
Yeah, that's cool.
and the sarcasm
Is just going to be
be out the fucking window with this.
this.
But it
Yeah, it
just
by the look of it, yeah,
yeah. Oh,
it looks
looks good.
I was the same. I was like, hang on, what are we doing here? Am I watching the right trailer? Oh no, of course she had her memories wiped, and now Scarlet Witch has been taken out and she's got her memories back, and now she's going from being this like small town cop detective character returning to her witchy ways. I'm guessing you didn't watch WandaVision, George, or
No.
so you have no idea what we're talking about. But yeah, and then they dive. But I think maybe if you're going to do some more Marvel-y stuff, you know, watching it or catching up, or you know, maybe with a, you know, some kind of gendered acquaintance that you might have, and you might want to have some cozy nights watching some stuff. You know, WandaVision is a good one. It's a good TV show. It's like 9 episodes. It's probably one of the
depressing as
best Marvel
fuck.
shows. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
probably.
I've
It's probably
heard-
like I would say it's probably the best Marvel show. I would even put it on the level of like the Netflix Daredevil. I think it's pretty good. Anyway, this is a spin-off from that.
I like
how they went away.
I like how they went about it, like the show, and like how they used
The old
times and it went upwards,
says
like shit
shit was unraveling.
like I love
That storyline.
and somehow it just like
Yeah, at the end
of
of
it
it's just
got really
sad.
Yeah, it's sad, it's poignant, emotional trip through the fucking history of TV sitcoms, and now Agatha is taking the witch character from that show and doing like a spooky, witchy, you know, kind of thing. You know, she's doing crab walks on the stairs. They're doing all the tropes. You know, all that J horror stuff, all that like, you know, supernatural, paranormal activities. You know, a lot of that kind of influence is all up in there, with tongue in the cheek. So I think that's going to be fun. And hopefully it does good. I think it is probably too late because that to do a spin-off of a show that came out like 4 years ago and there's been nothing else about it, and now all of a sudden 4 years later we're doing a spin-off, probably
I
not
know
going to do great.
I know I've been
Playing a
a
lot
lot of fucking pirate shit
lately.
and literally
It seems
it's like Marvel
is basically
trying to steer
the
the
ship
from
like
going off
the fucking
like
reservation
basically
and trying to
go back on course.
like with what's
The traders are trying
trying like
come out recently
to
what's been actually
put out in lately
Yeah.
for
for movies
seems a lot
look better
Yeah,
what
like
we've got.
it's a double-edged sword because they're trying to course correct. They're like, right, we're doing too many random characters, too much weird random stuff. People are checking out. But also, One Division came out during the pandemic. People were obsessed with this show, with this character. So they're like, quick, green light an Agatha show. And now we're so far away from it. It's like, oh, well, we kind of just got to put this out because we made it now, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't think it's going to do well. It's probably going to hit the tarmac like a big fucking purple smear, to be honest.
Which I would have loved to seen something
happen like
because everyone says
well in
Wanda dies, don't she? In
Doctor Strange.
in Multiverse of
Madness,
but there's also thing
in the back
background where you see a red
streak.
Oh, she ain't
After,
dead.
like-
No way she's
Yeah.
fucking dead.
There's a slight red
Streak in the back
background that no one
picked up on.
is. Just like what does that
No
mean?
body,
Uh,
no death, no problem. Always the rule.
And then
What's the name? What's her name? I've forgotten her name. The
woman who
plays
plays
Scarlet Witch. Olsen.
Oh, what, Elizabeth Olsen? Yeah.
yeah,
And she said, "Yeah,
I'm not coming back
to
to
Marvel. Like
no
Nah,
matter what.
bullshit.
they pay me. Like,
I'm not coming
Bullshit.
back.
Bullshit. She's coming back. They always
Really?
come back. When Mickey Mouse rolls up on your fucking front lawn with that big old dump truck of money, and he's like, "Here you go, haha! Pay for your kids' tuition in college, haha!" You are all in. I don't give a fuck. Ain't nobody in this town or that town, because you know we're not local, right? But nobody. Sorry, all your favorite people, the best actors, the most creative writers, they might do good work sometimes. They ain't got no artistic integrity. Just how much do you need to give them to get more of your fucking factory fabrications? You know what I mean? Like, and sometimes there's a place for that and it's good. And they got to make a living and that's fine too. But yeah, I don't care if you're Elizabeth Olsen. I don't care if you're fucking Daniel Day-Lewis. Everyone has a price. All right. And Disney have probably got the price under their fucking belt buckle.
Milkshake.
Oh, absolutely have my milkshake. So George, you be running on a tight schedule. Probably you didn't watch the Captain America trailer either.
No.
Which is fine. We didn't expect you to, but obviously we weren't expecting you to be here just yet.
No.
Oh, I'll tell you what, we'll break it up a little bit. So just before you come in, we were talking about dearly departed Shelley Duvall. Duval,
I've got
Duval.
Green. I don't know if you noticed.
Duval, yeah.
Oh, he's there.
Son of,
He's there, paying tribute.
Yeah.
You know, he's got no respect for the Pop Rose
With the
podcast.
bat
He
in
saved
her
it all for Shelley Duvall. What more
Yeah.
do you want? So, anything you'd like to say? Obviously, The Shining, one of the most legendary. You know, goes without saying.
Did you ever see
You know,
Popeye though?
We talked about Popeye. Absolutely, we did. I said, I'll repeat it again, but I said you got Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, you've got Matthew Lillard as Shaggy, you've got Margot Robbie as Barbie, and then you've got fucking Shelley Duvall as Olive Oil, mate. It's one of them castings that is just, it's just like almost too good to be true, but then it just worked, and dare I say, really anchored that movie. So
yeah, beyond that, man, she probably didn't have the most story career. Obviously, Shining's the highlight, and she fucking dragged through the ringer by Kubrick. I was just watching a little video about earlier about her just that scene with the axe, not the axe, sorry, the baseball bat that you see in the background when she's going upstairs. It's like 137 takes or something, and she's just like crying constantly all day.
hell,
and then for Kubrick to come out later and be like, I didn't really need 137 takes, I just wanted to stress her out so I could get a really good take, fuck you, Kubrick.
He rang around a fucking sponge.
I mean, Kubrick is, Kudik, right? We've always known that. That's fine. The stories, much like a lot of these sort of auteur directors, very, very precise, will go at any lengths to get what they want. Reminds me of a little outlet called Variety, reporting on Shelley Duvall. I swear to God, in their fucking headline for the passing of Shelley Duvall, more of it was about Stanley Kubrick than it was about I'm like, come on, guys. Like, what are we doing? Like, don't make her obituary about a man who fucking tormented her. Just talk about her. Like, give her, but fucking fuck you, Variety. Where's your journalism now, bitch?
Yeah.
Anyway, and a lot of headlines doing that. And I know it's hard to talk about her without talking about The Shining, but come on, And as I said to McManus, real quick, I said, like, when I looked her up on IMDb, to just see like any other things that might have been worth mentioning, like every other thing on her IMDb is like a fucking Shining documentary or a behind the scenes thing,
Like it's the
Only thing she's been in.
Yeah, to be fair, man, it didn't look like she got the best career post Shining. But yeah, she wasn't doing so good in her later years. I don't know if you saw, not to be,
Yeah, health problems, mental health
She
problems.
wasn't looking after herself so good. But, is what it is.
Yeah.
She was not a bad actress.
She was pretty good.
Iconic role, obviously.
Yeah.
Wendy Torrance.
I was saying it's almost unfair that Jamie Lee Curtis has kind of got the title of the Scream Queen, because she might have done more movies, but in that one movie though, Shelley Duvall is a fucking contender, absolute contender. Yeah, it's rough, man.
Yeah.
They chew you up, they spit you out. Rest in peace. But damn, we got some good movies, and we got Suburban Commando. So, thank you again, Shelley Duvall. Yeah, you saw that, George.
I saw it once.
One time, I was just experimenting in college. I swear.
Was it Suburban Commando that Undertaker was the bounty hunter, or was that Critters?
Shit, you got me there, man. I can't remember that much about it. Let's have a look.
Yeah, because Undertaker opens his
We need
mouth,
to
Or is it
find
the one
when he fights Hulk Hogan? Hulk
Literally.
Hogan's
the alien?
and
Hulk
then-
Hogan's in it. Yeah, that would make sense, right? That he'd be. Yeah, he's Hutch.
Right, yeah,
He's
no, I
the
thought it
character's name.
was.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that was definitely.
Christopher Lloyd. What a cast that has.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
wild, right?
yeah,
Christopher Lloyd, Hulk Hogan, and Shelley Duvall. Like, you know, that would be in any other universe. That would be like a total like Google whack, where it's like that's the only thing. Like, you're never gonna get those three names in the same algorithm. But
Yeah.
what a wonderful life we weave, you know, and everyone's got such an interesting journey. And, you know, even if it's just like a small amount of movies or a large amount of movies, you know, you can never predict the amount of impact that even just one thing is going to have on pop culture or on, you know, millions, billions of people watching that stuff and enjoying that stuff, writing about that stuff. I mean, man, you think about all these like documentary filmmakers and journalists that have probably made a living just writing and talking about Shelley fucking Duvall. It's like, you know, you've made it. You might have had a rough time, but your legacy is absolutely non-negotiable at this point. Cemented. But from one legacy to another, passing the shield on, Captain America to Captain America. I'm sorry, George, but we got to cover this because this trailer dropped today, like literally like 4 hours ago.
What's that?
The Captain America trailer.
Oh,
This is Captain America 4, Brave New World. No,
just kidding.
you want to get yourself a fucking beverage, whatever
I
you're
will
gonna
in a
do.
minute. I'm just having to finishing my tea.
Yeah, no, happy days. You know, share the
Sorry,
tweet,
no, it
whatever
has
you want to
been a
do.
long day.
It's
Very
been a long day. We'll hear. We're going to hear about all your day in a second. You will get your moment in the sun, George. Yeah. So McMahon's Captain America 4 was not expecting this trailer to drop today. They definitely
I didn't
they
see
want
that
you to
coming
have.
out of fucking nowhere.
I
just
knew
went
it
on
was going to be
YouTube,
coming
and it's like,
soon.
Captain America.
I knew it was coming soon because it comes out in February. Black History Month, Black Captain America, the stars have aligned. Let's release it in February. There's been reshoots, there's been rewrites, there's been a whole lot of behind the scenes drama. They've added new characters. They've allegedly taken other characters out of it who they've, you know, a lot of stuff
Seth
going on.
Becky Lynch.
Yeah. Goodbye, Seth Rollins, apparently. That's fine. But they want you to know that this is the Winter Soldier. This is political espionage thriller style Captain America coming back. You know, lots of, you know, fast editing, you know, gritty, like, you know, lots of government boardroom conversations happening, you know, lots of tense political, I won't even say subtext. It's like very overt. Especially when you get into the idea of as we get at the end of the trailer, a Red Hulk, you know, they want you to know Harrison Ford is in this movie. I'll tell you that much.
it's a political dick
Contest.
with superpowers.
Wait.
Did you get that?
Not
most
much
of it.
Dick swinging contest.
It's-
Superpowers.
It's going to be a Marvel dick measuring contest, but these guys, most of them have superpowers. That's what it's going to
Fucking be.
Sorry, but I
Absolutely.
gotta ask, do you have like a modulator thing on your voice, or is your like fucking little unit thing just got a mind of its own? Because your voice keeps going like up and down in pitch. It sounds. Have you noticed that, Dean?
Hang on.
I thought he was just excited.
I'm on my No, I'm on my
I was
iPad,
on tablet,
so
yeah.
I'm not on. Yeah,
You're
I'm
not
on my sound.
running through
I'm not at
your
home.
little
No, he's
Oh,
more
no,
dodgy
no,
it today.
No,
weird.
this is the tablet. Hang on.
That's odd.
Um,
Like, it keeps going like super low. It's like someone's doing this
Super
with like
low, super high.
How about this? Is this better?
no,
Yeah, it's not me. I'm not doing anything. Is that better?
that is better.
Yeah, that's
What
did
fine.
you do?
Absolutely fine.
I just pressed the
Punched it.
shit. Automatic adjust mic volume on the settings.
Oh, nice. I mean, yeah, it worked because that was.
It's
Sorry, not to like derail it. It's just
no.
No,
Oh,
that
if
sounds
even
it
out,
sounded
even
janky,
out.
let me know. I'd
Sounds
rather not.
fucking
I'd rather hear
mad.
myself and then it sounded weird.
Yeah. No,
That's cool.
absolutely.
Yeah, they
Janky,
did the job.
janky America.
Jank in America.
Jank in America. Right.
I did just look at the cast. I noticed, Harrison Ford.
he's
Giancarlo
like,
Esposito
Giancarlo Esposito is in this.
He's
They
in
wanted
another
you to
film.
know that those two are in this movie because those two
Yeah,
are like a big draw in their own ways.
Mm.
I love how they did the they referenced the fact that he's got no moustache, where that is like, but what they were really addressing was the fact that they changed the actor. He's like, oh, you look kind of different without the stash. It's like, no, he's a different actor. Shh.
no, fuck
we
that.
have to change
Give
him
Harrison,
sometimes.
No, fuck that. Give Harrison Ford a mustache. Harrison Ford deserves a mustache.
I agree. He should have had the mustache. There's a reason they don't give him the mustache, though, is because, spoiler alert, he turns into the Red Hulk in this movie. We see Red Hulk in the trailer at the very end.
Even Red Hulk
which
has a
felt
fucking mustache.
Well, he should have. Well, this is what I mean. He should, but I just don't. I think the reason they took away the moustache is because they don't want to have a Hulk with a moustache, because I think it would just look ridiculous to have Red Hulk with a tash. I just don't know if the fucking public is ready for Hulk with a tash at this point.
I really
want
want to know
it.
about
the Hulk. Come on, man! Everyone loves this.
No,
mustache,
this guy's different. This guy sweats lava. Like he's a
Okay.
he's a wanker. Yeah, at the biggest, most degree. Like he is a piece of shit with green.
But yeah,
man
no,
syndrome.
I love the look of this footage. Like, again, the dark, gritty, moody lighting of like the political, intrigue, conversational, moments and stuff is really cool. There's some great stuff where there's like action. It's like out in these lovely like orchard fields or cherry blossoms or whatever, and it's like sun is shining and it's like a real contrast of tones, which I'm hoping is going to come together quite nicely. The Red Hulk thing at the end of the trailer did feel a little bit out of left field. Obviously, I knew that I know that character's coming.
It
so
was going to come.
Different.
Yeah, we knew all about that. It's coming.
But I think if you're just watching this, if you're just a casual fan and you're watching this and like you're just like, oh, it's another political espionage, thriller style Captain America movie, and then bang, there's a Red Hulk. It's a little bit jarring, I think, but they had to get it in the trailer, I guess.
There's going to be so many people going, wait a fucking minute. Why is the Hulk red?
People are going to have questions. This is what I'm saying. And I think they could have eased people into that a little bit better, but I'm glad we're getting him.
Fuck you.
I'm looking forward. Just drop it on you like a fucking big red brick.
Yeah. What you mean? What we're talking about is I'm just going to put a clip right here. Boom.
There we go. You're loving that.
Yeah.
Big
it's 4 seconds
red,
long anyway.
loud bitch all up in your fucking shit. But
it's just the scream. You hear the scream of the bastards like, oh, someone's going to get turned into putty.
Absolutely. I can't wait to see how they're going to juggle the power levels. Like, how does a Captain America fight a Hulk without getting turned into paste? Either way, there's going to be screams. It's going to be loud. And if you want screams and you want loud and you want to change up the tone a little bit, you want to get away from your Marvel stuff, you want to get away from even just watching movies for a little while. I'm taking my time with this segue because I'm not sure if he's ready for it. But sometimes you just want to go and scream in a field. sometimes you just need to get away from civilized society. You need to get uncivilized. You need some fucking loudness, some grit, some fucking noise and excitement in your life. And one of us thought exactly that. It was like, I've got to get away. No more movies, no more Marvel, no more TV. I don't even want to think about Star Wars. I know we don't talk about Star Wars here, but I just need to get away from it all.
Sacrilege.
And I'm going to go to Download 2024. Now, I'm hoping, George, that you had a great time. I don't even know who was on the lineup. I could have looked it up before this, but I was like, you know what? I'm just going to... We want to get like the layman's, you know, on the ground, boots on the floor view of this whole situation. So no pressure.
All right.
But how was you've had a good time, hopefully. How has your time been?
Man, this is like, it was like almost a month ago now.
Well, yeah, we tried to schedule this sooner.
We did. Not my fault.
He was still wading through the mud, people, bringing us
I
that goodness.
had to walk all the way back home from Download. Yeah, I mean, it was a good time.
Hashtag Download.
Hashtag Download. So I'll try and keep it brief, to be honest, because there's a lot that took place. But then again, there wasn't really. I mean, I got there on a Wednesday night. It runs from Wednesday to Monday, obviously. But there's only bands on. Actually, there was some bands on the Thursday evening.
Oh, they're doing that now, are they?
There might have even been some on the Wednesday, to be fair. I can't remember. I got there at like 9
drag it out. Yeah.
Yeah, well, they have entertainment. They have like a silent disco for what they call the camping village. But I didn't get there till like 9 p.m. on the Wednesday evening. And yeah, my girlfriend, because she couldn't get there till like Thursday evening, and she was going to get there at like 10 p.m. pretty much. So I was like, I haven't got to work or anything, so I might as well get there and secure like a decent camping spot. And it's a good thing I did, because for the first time ever, they actually had stewards like coming around and getting people to move their tents over to make more space. I was like, fuck me, just open another field for fuck's sake.
That's a smart move. No. More
I mean,
field, more money. Why
sure.
would they want more field when they can just get more money for the same amount of field that they already have by just squeezing you in there?
Apparently it was sold out, but I don't know to believe that really. I don't know. But either way, got there.
If it was sold out, they wouldn't be trying to make more room for more people. Fucking come on, George. Come on.
Mate.
They got you in there. They got you in there.
Or they overbooked like rookies and didn't realise what the fuck they were doing.
Yeah, maybe. Well, no, they did that last year. Apparently, they run out of water the year before in the arena.
Fucking hell. Regular Firefest situation.
And I will say, I'll go through the fucking cons of Download first. Just like the prices on shit, the queuing, the fact that you can't fucking take a bottle of water into the arena. They literally, oh man. Yeah, long story short. Wednesday, I got there. I drove up on my own. I had a few people that I knew were already there. The signal was pretty shocking because you're out in the field, middle of nowhere. So I was trying to like arrange to meet people. Didn't really end up meeting anyone. I saw AJ Kemp and Georgie Gibbons at like 1:30 in the morning after I'd walked to the car and back from the car park, which, Dan, you know, it's a trek.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it's still a trek. Apparently, this is one of the funniest things. When I literally got there, because there's multiple car parks, Dean, there's some for like the RIP, VIP campsites. There's, you know, artist entrance. There's multiple campsites. There's like a north and a west entrance. And I drove towards like one gate, and I just asked a steward, I was like, I'm in eco camp, like where should I park? And he was like, this guy was fucking lit already. He was pissed out his nut.
What, the steward?
Like, yeah. He was just at the gate, and he was just like, Oh, mate, I think, to be honest, it's going to be quick for you, West Camp car park. You don't have to walk as far. I was like, okay, cool. I did that. I walked around. I had a fucking first time I've invested in one of those trolley things because I had quite a lot of shit. I had like 2 tents, a fucking cool box, and 2 people's stuff. And yeah, I fucking got all the way around there. The thing collapsed a couple of times. Managed to like just gaffer tape it up, bungee cord it all around.
Oh no!
It did the job. Finally, luckily, like it was dry when I got there. The sun was out. It was quite nice. And then I got to like near the gate where you go through to exchange your tickets. Now they just do it on your phone. You literally add it to your Apple Pay or Google Pay thing. So the ticket's already there. All you got to do is double click and then show them it and they scan it. So I walked around and there's some people who were like having a break. Like I sort of walked with them, chatting a little bit, like drinking a beer. And get round to the gate. I'm like, oh, fuck. I've left my phone in the car.
Oh, no.
Oh, fucking
I was
hell.
like, I said to these people, I was like, excuse me, do you guys mind doing me a massive favour? And they're like, what's that? I was like, I need to run back to my car and get my phone quick. Could you just stay here with my stuff for a minute? And they're like, yeah, it's fine. We're having a break anyway. So I like ran back to my fucking car, which was probably a good 2K. Bit of a run. And then, but yeah, they were cool. They stayed with my stuff, and then I got through, set up the tent, realized my air pump for the mattress was fucking broken, so I had to go find a stool that would like inflate it. I found one that would do it, and then they're like, "Our power's just gone out." I was like, "Oh, fuck this! I'm gonna walk back to the car and get the rest of my shit." Yeah, long story short, I got all my shit set up. I tried finding people, didn't work, and then I was like, "I'm gonna take one last walk to the car, get the very last of my bits," and then that's when I bumped into AJ. And then yeah, they had like a Hammer Horror takeover on the screen where you could watch films. I went there at like midnight, and film had finished, and apparently the fucking projectionist had just done a run. I was chatting to some people who were sitting there waiting for another film to come on. So no other films came on. So I was
this
like,
whole thing is just falling apart so far.
Yeah,
the
to be honest, the
steward's wrecked, the power's out, the projectionist is left.
bit shambles first night. I was just walking around.
I swear it's just. I think it's just part of the fucking festival. Like it just happens. No, like it either hits you in waves. Either your first part of the festival is good, or something else goes fucking wrong. Because no matter what, if you leave something or forget something, either way you're fucked for the distance you've got to travel.
Yeah,
I'm all up for like extraneous shit being part of the experience, right? But it feels like more and more these days, it will be part of the experience. You will get fucked over for the amount of money that you pay. There's no power, there's no projectionist, there's no steward, right? And then the festival itself will just be like, well, it's part of the experience. It's like, no, fuck you. You provide the experience. Mate, I'm all up for a bit of fun and games and like shenanigans. Fuck you.
I think it was download I think it's 2008 or 2009 that the buses went on strike, and we got halfway into London, and we were trying to it was like, yeah, we got to let you off here. Like, we're in the middle of fucking London. Like, we're not even at the station yet.
Are you supposed to get like dropped to like Euston or something like that?
Yeah, and Bill
Bloodstock. I don't know.
No, it's download. And Bill brought 4 fucking crates of like Strongbow, Fosters. So he's like, "Man, you need to take this with me." I'm like, oh, evidently I fucking do, don't I? Because you can't fucking carry 4 fucking crates, can you?
Oh fuck! I'll tell you what they've done now, right? Which is obviously I haven't been there for 10 years. You can literally just show up a download. You could have done this before, but like you would have had a harder time showing up with nothing and then just buying everything. But they've literally got a supermarket, Sainsbury's, The Sainsbury's? No, Co-op. They got a Co-op there, which is just in a massive, basically a tent.
It's
not actually
Glastonbury had one.
Too much a gouge on the prices either, to be honest. It's not too bad. It was still like £1 for a bag of ice, which is basically what you pay at a supermarket anyway.
Yeah, I mean, they're probably scalping the fuck out of the Co-op though.
Oh, probably.
But obviously they're selling 10 times more bags of ice there than they normally would do, sitting in fucking Brentwood somewhere.
Not that you need it that much, because it wasn't exactly boiling hot. I say that every year I'll come to down. You probably remember, Manny, I would get some sort of sunburn. Like my face would somehow get burnt.
This year he got mud burn.
No, I got it the Sunday. Sunday was hot, and sunny all day. But long story short, Thursday just fucking pissed it down all fucking day. Friday pretty much the same. Saturday most.
Yeah,
on and off. I can't go
mostly
through all
everyone's talking about it.
No.
Yeah, that's so everyone's talking about the mud. The mud.
Some of the highlights.
This all mud.
All right, I'll just give you one of each day or a couple. I know.
Yeah, best and worst of each day or something.
I got too drunk too early. My girlfriend was like, "Oh shit," she'd never seen me that drunk. We got into the arena, it was pissing down. We all had ponchos on, and it was basically my girlfriend and a couple of her friends, and so I started meeting them. They were a couple, but I just got on the rum, and I was like, I'm gonna drink this before we get to the arena. We weren't going there till 3 p.m. or something. There wasn't really any bands early that we wanted to see. And then we got to the arena, and I was stumbling around, almost fell over, and then my girlfriend was like, "Oh shit, I'm gonna have to look after you." She thought I was gonna be puking up or whatever. She just hadn't seen me that sort of drunk before. But
you bounced back.
Yeah. We watched a band called Earn with Pretty Sick. Don't really know how to describe them. Just heavy band. Most of the bands I like. Pantera. I'll get to Pantera.
Build up, man.
I saw a band, interesting band, Heilung. They're Germanic folk, Nordic stuff. They all it's almost just chants and stuff, and they all wear interesting costumes and horns. They all look like, I don't know, Nordic Germanic gods or something. It was just
weird,
just put you in a trance sort of watching it. It's just this is fucking.
What was this, an EDM Hawkwind kind of situation?
No,
that's what I'm imagining.
No, it's just very lots of drums and drum instruments with chants and stuff. And then Biohazard. Most of the bands I wanted to watch, the heavier bands, were in the Dogtooth stage, which is in a tent, luckily, because it was pissing it down the whole time.
Do you think those bands did better than the main stage bands because of the weather? You think that's got to factor in, right?
Definitely. I hope it, worked out in their favour, because the tents were getting packed. Apparently busted. They got lucky.
I was hoping you were going to bring this up. I heard that
no one about to say
get in.
I was
sorry.
Yeah. That's what
I think it's a major step forward.
Managed to get a chance to catch Busted.
I had some girl message me on it or comment on Instagram. I was like, "No, I didn't watch Busted." She was like, disappointing. And I was like, "I'm sure they were."
I think it's a major step forward in society that the fact that this even happened in the first place, and then because it's acceptance of our different cultures, and it's just you know how people used to really hate the Star Wars prequels, right? And now there's loads of people that love the. Yeah. It's okay. It's okay to like a bit of cheese. It's okay if you had your emo phase. It's okay if you're wearing your fucking purple armbands and your fucking, your flat down spiky fringe hair, whatever. We used to mock these people.
One of my daughters have hit that stage,
already well too soon, and now she's like walking around like she's Wednesday fucking Addams. You know?
This is what I mean. Like, like that kind of culture is like it's come back full circle. And there used to be a time where like you would never even dream of this at like at a metal festival. And I just think, I don't know, it kind of filled me with like warmth. Not only was they allowed to play, not only did it not was like a major like piss bottle throwing fest. No, but also people were struggling, like they were packed out. They were one of the biggest fucking hits from what I hear of the whole fucking festival. Maybe that's because of the rain. Maybe it's because of the rain, but don't take away the hope for humanity from me, okay?
It's cool, man. Like,
you know what I mean, though.
People were there for them.
Yeah.
People also there. I mean, go on, sorry.
I was going to say, you didn't go. Did you check them out, or
I was watching?
Would you have done if it was easy to get in?
No. Sorry, but no.
Just for me, I don't like them. By the way, I just think it's
if there was like
literally
no one, I probably still wouldn't give a shit.
It's like a civil. It's like a civil rights movement.
I don't. I can't equate it to that. I can't give
the black and the purple come together. You know what I mean? Perfect.
Can't lend it that much credence.
All right, but go on.
Queens of the Stone Age were the headline is that night. I think I can't remember. Or maybe they were on Saturday when Pantera.
I don't know. Queens of the Stone Age have cancelled like their whole tour after this. By the way, like due to illness. Is the press statement. But if you know Queens of the Stone Age, like some people know Queens of the Stone Age, I guarantee they all got drunk and had a fight because those fuckers are always fighting each other and fighting everyone else, and they are a rowdy, cantankerous bunch. Yeah, I guarantee that they just fell out on tour.
So Josh Homme.
Yeah, Josh Homme, and then like the rest of the rotating fucking lineup. Because again, I mean, he was getting charges pressed against him like a couple of years ago because he like kicked some fan in the face or something.
Yeah, no, he kicked a photographer's camera or something.
These fuckers, man, they are always fighting. Now they are a great band, but they are always fucking fighting. They are not healthy, wholesome people. But I'm glad that you got to see them before they fucking cancelled the whole thing.
To be honest, like we're all like soaked through. I'd stopped drinking after we got to the arena because I realized I didn't need to for the rest of the day. So by the end of the day, I was like sobered up, but like we were pretty dead. So I was just like, fuck it. Like heard No One Knows and was just like, there we go. See ya. But yeah,
some bands are like that. You know, you
hear the song you want to hear, and then you're like, all right, cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit different for me for Queens of the Stone Age because there's probably like a dozen that I would want to hear.
Yeah, I like Everyone Knows You're Insane. I don't think they played that. I don't think.
No, because
I didn't catch the whole thing.
Yeah, I think a lot of those songs were like co-written by Nick Oliveri, who's not in the band anymore.
Of course,
and he used to sing a lot of the that era as well. There was some of their bigger songs.
Better stuff, in my opinion. But yeah,
absolutely, yeah.
But yeah, Saturday morning, man. This is where the gripe, something I really had a gripe with. I'm trying not to go on too far about this, but yeah.
No, I'm ready for the gripe.
Fucking.
Oh, but man, there's a gripe.
Sorry, did you get
a gripe?
We just got fucking Red Moon, like we're all about to turn into fucking vampires or some shit.
That's no
fucking
moon.
Blood Moon. No, it's fine. It's fine. Anyway, we're getting into the good
These
stuff.
are the most comfiest Deadpool pajamas I've ever fucking had. So,
right,
not to my eyes.
Might be easy on your ass, but not on our eyes. Yeah, Saturday morning, I went to see a band called Harriet, and so it was pissing it down again. They're a really good band from up north, well, Midlands, wherever. They've been doing
voice
pretty
just
well.
Went up.
Did it?
Yeah, your voice went. Like, what
He was
the
doing the
fuck?
Midlands. He was doing the Midlands. He was getting into character for the Midlands.
I don't know what you're talking about.
There you go.
Midlands,
Was
right.
Hillary Ipswich from the Midlands? Yeah, there we go.
Do I need to automatically adjust mic volume? Is that any better?
No,
I
you're
think
fine.
it's
It's
all
normal
fine.
now. It just worked. It just was like that for like 4 seconds. Your voice just went.
Anyway, yeah, I went to see his band. They were on at 11:05 in the morning. It had been pissing down again. My girlfriend was like, "I'm going to stay here and like have a couple pre-drinks or whatever with my friends." No one else really wanted to see him. I was like, "It's cool. I'll go there and then I'll go to the co-op on the way back, grab some, sausages or whatever, put on the barbecue."
Supplies.
But when it stops, if it stops raining.
Optimistically.
I trekked there. It was like 11:15. I knew as I was approaching, I was like, "Oh yeah, it's going to be a queue to get in the arena because there always is." For some reason, they just don't open the arena until literally 5 minutes before the bands come on. When they know fucking people are queuing to watch bands, I'm like, let people in an hour early so they can fucking queue. Because I fucking queued there. Their set was on 11:05 till 11:55. Half an hour set, right? What time do you think I got in? Bearing in mind, I got there at 11:15.
I know, like
half
like
past
1
12.
o'clock.
No, it wasn't that bad.
Oh,
I got there just at.
We wanted it to be worse.
I had just enough time to run round the corner to the second stage and hear, "Thank you so much." That was it. That was the end of the set. I was like, fuck off. I was standing there in the rain, like, there's all these queues. The queue next to us is just moving. I was just like, and there was a guy wearing, like, the band I want to see, wearing their hat in front of me with, like, his girlfriend and a mate or whatever. And we're just standing there getting pissed and wet, like, got a poncho on, so it wasn't so bad. But just standing there in the pissing rain, these queues are just not moving. And I'm like, what the fuck are we doing here? Like, what is going on? And it turns out it was just a bit of a job's worth security guard. But not only that, on the other queues, there was like 2 people. There's one guy checking bags, one other guy with a little wand thing, making sure people haven't got metal, like weapons or whatever.
Yeah.
And then like patting them down or like making them empty their pockets. Our queue just had one guy got there, and like I was just like, I could hear the band I want to see, sort of. I'm like, fuck's sake, man! Like it's getting closer and closer. And by the time I'm there, like 40 minutes, I'm just like, well, it'd be stupid to turn around now. If I could at least catch one song, at least that would be cool.
Yeah.
I didn't even catch a song. When I got there though, as well, the guy's like, I had bottled water. I completely forgot about this. Like when I was queuing, you can't take fucking water in. They're sponsored by Liquid Death, water in a can, so they want you to buy as much fucking canned water as possible. But he's like, sorry, you have to. It's policy, and I was just like,
yeah, that's insane. Because like being able to like have water with you should be just like, I'm pretty sure that's like a basic legal human requirement. Right.
Yeah,
but it's like no, but unless you're buying our water, which probably isn't even like water really. We don't know what's in those fucking cans.
We like to hope that Liquid Death isn't, just.
Well, it's not called Liquid Life, is it? You know what I mean? Like, do the math.
It's just water with a cool skull on the can.
Yeah,
it used to be like you can't take fucking bottles in full stop because you can just piss in it, do it up, and then throw it at a band that you don't like. MCR found that out in 2007. Pretty
but you could do that with a Liquid Death. You could do that with
an actual can, which will do a lot more damage.
So now it's like a fucking lead and piss grenade. Like,
yeah, but who the fuck? Well, I know there's plenty of them, fucking weirdos. But who really? If you've had a couple of drinks, are you gonna put the effort into pissing in the top of a can? Because I know I fucking ain't.
Why do I need to piss in a can when I've got a perfectly good leg here? I can just piss down that instead. You know what I mean? So
I'd rather not lock the end of my dick on. Thank you very much.
I was saying to McManus be up top though, George. I was like, you know, some of these festivals are pretty pricey now, but if you work it out, it can be a pretty good like band to pound kind of ratio if you're well organized, if you're well lucky, and if everything works out well for you. It can be good value, but it's absolutely a gamble.
You got this is a thing though, man. Like I'm getting there. I'm just gonna roll them off quick. Like the band's Saturday. I missed Harriet. I went back to the arena. Went back to the tent, had a couple of drinks, went back to the arena, watched a band called Guilt Trip. They were good. Gel, also really good. Slaughter to Prevail, had put on a show. A fucking crazy Russian bastard just smashes himself in the head. The microphone. Yeah, they're a force to be reckoned with.
Again.
Yeah, he does it every show, I think. And then of course Pantera fucking was great. Got right near the front. If you get near the front at a festival that size, you're getting sardined around when things kick off, and it kicked off. Yeah. But I never thought I'd get to hear those songs live, so it was cool.
That's pretty cool. But what I'm hearing is that it was easier to get to Pantera than it was to Busted. So I'm just saying, you know, I don't do the metrics.
I don't know, mate.
But the numbers speak for themselves, mate.
While She Sleeps before, and like strategically, we like weaved our way into the front. But
absolutely.
No, man, they did well, and I don't want to be like, you know, fucking. They played Floods, right? Which I'm sure you know the song. I don't know if you know it so much, Dean. It's like
no, but it seems like a bit of a slap in the face to an English crowd covered in mud.
Yeah, well, this is the thing. It stopped raining, and then it got to the solo, and it started raining. I was like, "It's raining." To my girlfriend, she's like, "It's Dimebag," and I was like, "Oh." My eyes started to well up, and I was like, I looked at the guy next to me, and he looked emotional too, and I was like, "Oh." I didn't cry like a bitch, but I did. My eyes got a bit wet. There you go. That happened. But yeah, this is my point and your point. Like strategically, if you want to get your money's worth, it's a lot of fucking walking around, and it's like
it's work.
You don't want to get pissed up. Like I got pretty drunk the Friday. Beyond that, I didn't really like. It wasn't like a party like back in the day. We would just get blitzed first thing in the morning, throughout the day. Like by the end of the night, you don't even want to watch a headliner, to be honest, because you're normally just so fucked. And if you do watch,
you're just too old for this shit.
Exactly.
I mean, obviously there's an element of that.
Yeah, I watched more bands than I've ever seen at any download, and fuck. Sunday, Limp Bizkit, saw Kerry King, Thy Art Is Murder, Brand of Sacrifice, bunch of heavy bands, Crystal Lake, and then Black Dahlia Murder ended it all, which
right on.
Pretty cool.
That's pretty peak,
You probably don't know much. Trevor Sternard, the vocalist, like took his own life in 2022, and they decided to carry on, but with the original rhythm guitarist as vocalist.
Right. Yeah.
So I knew it wasn't going to be the same, but that guy Brian, he does well, and they've got two awesome guitar players, like two of the best lead guitar players. Both are in the band now, and like it was pretty cool. Like my girlfriend was like, she's not like super into like brutal like death metal or anything, even though they're like more melodic death metal band. But I started playing, and I was like, shit, man, it's not like the vibe. There's not like the energy that I would hope, like from the crowd. It was in the tent again, and they were like the last band of the Sunday night, and you know, it was just like, or last band on that stage.
That's really not a fucking where Black Dahlia Murder should be fucking playing.
You say that it did. Festival. It opened up, and there was a massive circle pit, and then like My girlfriend's like, look at that, that's fucking nuts. Should we go in? I was like, fuck yeah. And then we both like run around. Yeah, that moment. I was like, that was pretty cool. And we saw a little inflatable Mr. Blobby. I saw someone like throw it up in the sky. I've got a picture of it somewhere, but I think it's on my Instagram. And I was just like, is that a fucking Blobby? And I was like, fuck yeah, it is. And I see where it landed, and I was like, I'm getting that. And I ran around and picked
get him.
It's so weird. You remember seeing
big, like it wasn't that big, but yeah.
You remember seeing Jack D's Phobia?
Oh, is that Mr. Blobby?
Yeah, not was it the other Jack? Jack Whitehall. Yeah.
I saw that fucking thing.
Has a massive phobia. Mr. Blobby is like. So do I. And like it's like. And when he was on Big Fat Quiz of the Year, and he just came out like. I was on the floor because like my girlfriend at the time didn't believe me, and I was just on the floor like, ah, and he just goes, "How the fuck were you allowed around kids?"
I saw that. I'm not the biggest fan of Jack Whitehall, admittedly, but like he's alright. But I remember that. So, anyway, I fucking grabbed this little inflatable mini Blobby. Someone had put a like fake moustache on it and like a weird like hairline thing. It was fucking weird. And then like so
he looks like Chief Marine, Mr. Blobby.
Yeah. They had their own
Salvador Blobby, I don't know.
Yeah, they had their own theme park. And there's actually pictures that people have gone back to revisit it, and it's completely fucking abandoned.
Yeah, it's all proper creepy, right? I saw something about that. I saw like an article that. Yeah,
I was there when I was Corey's age, like, and it's like.
Did you go there?
Nothing now. Yeah, I went there. Right. I was like, as a kid, I was a massive fan, and it's not till I got older that fucking things started disturbing me, and like.
So many people fucking have no idea what the fuck Blobby is.
Mate, Mr. Blobby was right in my childhood.
He had a song for like Comic Relief, didn't he?
Oh, mate, I had the cassette tape. I had the fucking single. It was one of
fucking weird.
It was one of like 3 tapes that I had.
Put a clip in here, Dan.
Yeah.
All right, no, I'll tell you where you put the clip. Right, here's the 3 tapes. The only 3 tapes that I had. Right, on my Sony Walkman when I'm like 7 years old, right? Mr. Blobby, Power Rangers theme tune.
I had the fucking Power Rangers theme tune.
And Candle in the Wind by Elton John.
What?
Yep.
Yeah, because Princess Diana just died. Yeah.
Yep. Mr. Blobby, Birth of a Legend. Death of a Princess, you know, just the full fucking. I was getting the whole spectrum of life and emotions when I was 7 years old.
I remember,
and then Power Rangers.
Yeah, I remember the morning after Diane, was killed or died, whatever.
Oh, she was murdered. Don't try and tie it up.
Oh yeah, she was
murdered.
She was
You said it, mate.
Assassinated.
Just
assassinated.
Yeah, it was a JFK.
You dig yourself a grave, mate.
Fucking Queen Elizabeth up on the grassy knoll with her fucking phone, calling a hitman with a drinking problem. I'm telling you now.
Yeah. Anyway, reading it back to Mr. Blobby. I grabbed Mr. Blobby. And my girlfriend took some pictures of it, luckily, because this massive guy come round. He was like, okay, he's like 6'8". He was like, can I have my Blobby back, please?
Oh my God. You can't ask for an inflatable Blobby back at a festival. That's the lamest.
All right, go on, have it.
That is the lamest fucking sentence.
No,
can I have my Oh, come on. You can't throw anything inflatable into a festival crowd and then expect it back. Let alone a fucking Mr. Blobby and have the fucking gal to ask for it back.
He obviously
unless someone came along and just went, yeah, that's going in the fucking crowd. Give it here.
There were so many Mr. Blobbies in the fucking crowd that he put the moustache on so he would know which one was his.
Another inflatable Mr. Blobby in my life.
Your Honour. It was the first time I'd ever seen him.
Oh, mate. I mean, he was a man in an inflatable suit, right? So, I assume maybe it wasn't inflatable. Maybe it was just padded out.
I have no idea.
Sorry, I'm gonna go sit on the router because this does it keep cutting out for you two?
No, it has done a couple of times.
Twice, but so has Dean. So
there you go. It's all me.
That's Dean.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm tired.
I haven't cut out. I've been here I've been here the whole time. Look,
minutes.
All I can say is that Mr. Blobby is what I go to school for. All right. So
yeah, I had a good time. Anyway.
Good time. Absolutely. Yeah. Sounds good. Sounds good. I wouldn't take that gamble myself.
I'll give you a segue. Sorry.
Is there a segue?
On the last one of Pantera, just 1 second. On the one thing of Pantera, 1 second. You know when everyone's scrambling for tickets at Wembley?
Yeah. Did you get one?
Two standing.
He's gone again. I think he's gone again.
He's going to try and get Pantera tickets again. Resale.
No. Me and Bill got I had to pay £90 for my fucking ticket.
They're all like about that price, to be fair.
Yeah, and it's like, we've got 2 tickets standing, motherfucker. Pay me 90 quid.
Mate,
what?
So
like,
here's the thing.
We got.
Yeah, you got them.
Standing there.
I was trying to get him that day as well. I didn't get fucking lucky.
Mate, tell me this, right? Am I petty that I'm annoyed about this? So I'm going to see Alkaline Trio in a couple of weeks, right? And I got pre-sale fucking thingy priority with the album pre-order when the new album came out, right? So I get pre-sale, get first in the line, get my tickets for London, right? The whole tour sells out. So then they announced new dates, like 3 or 4 new dates, another one which was another London date. The second London date that they added was before the original fucking one that I booked my ticket for. And I'm like, well, what's the fucking point of me buying getting fucking pre-sale tickets if the people who didn't care enough to fucking get pre-sale tickets now get to go to an earlier show than the one that I'm fucking going to? Am I being petty or is that bullshit?
I mean, it's generally probably just booking wherever they can.
I know it's not personal when it's just like a fucking logistical, practical thing or whatever, and it's just whenever they could fit in the extra date. But it just feels like a proper slap in the face of like, well, you get fucking first dibs on the tickets, but then we're gonna add another show 6 weeks later.
Going to happen before the show.
That's going to happen before the one that I got my fucking pre-sale fucking. It's a little bit bullshit. But have we come too far for a segue, George? Or is there a way we can?
I don't know. I don't actually know what your show order was, but I was going to say from a loud place
to a quiet place. That's the title of the video, George. That was the title of the video. Yeah. And now he's left. He's left. Okay, but yes,
I'm gonna have to go up the other end because I keep lagging.
Oh, I use that excuse all the time, baby. I'm lagging. Coming up the other end. It's too slow in this one. I've got to get to the faster end. I've got to get to the more efficient orifice, right? But while everyone else is maneuvering about,
happened to time that he was actually just going away at the same time.
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, I did actually. We did actually title this video "A Quiet Place and a Loud One."
I can't see any of that shit anymore, which is odd because I used to be able to just sign in.
Yeah, don't worry. We locked you out. It's an emancipation.
Oh, now I can see it. Quiet Place and a Loud One.
Quiet Place and a Loud One.
We've gone. You know, in the film where they're like, he said the title.
He said it. He fucking said it. Mate, I'll always do the Leonardo DiCaprio meme when somebody says the name of the thing that I'm watching. Never gets old, mate. I'm watching the Ozarks, and every time they say Ozark, I'm like, Ozark. You know. Anyway, yes.
Is that where we're going anyway? Was that?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we can pretty much go there. I think there's no structure really. I mean, don't know if you saw Beverly Hills Cop.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I mean, I literally finished it. I watched half of it yesterday and half of it today. Spoiler alert, not great. But I mean, what do you expect from a 30-year-old legacy sequel to an Eddie Murphy movie? But anyway, not to ruin the segue, maybe we'll talk about it more another time. We didn't all get to go to download, but we did all see A Quiet Place.
Yeah.
I tell you what, right? So I'd seen like some reviews and stuff for this, and I'd heard some people writing about it and whatnot. Read some people, heard some people writing, whatever. You know what I mean? And my expectations were pretty mild for this. I was just hearing like, yeah, it's fine, nothing to really write home about. It's just more Quiet Place, you know. And I didn't love Quiet Place 2. I thought the first one was fine. You know, it wouldn't. The story and the actual like movie itself isn't as good as like the premise, you know. And if you see it in a theater, then you probably enjoyed it. But if you're watching it at home, you know,
definitely.
It's sort of an of the moment kind of movie, you know, I think. And the second one was just more of the same. And it's like, well, this gimmick is fine and it's fun, you know, completely ruins the popcorn sales. Movie theaters must hate this movie because people
snacking.
Yeah, well, I took a sausage roll because silent snack because I'm a fucking stealthy boy, right? But so I wasn't expecting much going into this. I love Lupita Nyong'o. I think she's great in everything she appears in. Joseph Quinn was really good in Stranger Things. Obviously, looking forward to seeing him in Fantastic Four, and he's got a couple of other like. I think he's in the new Gladiator movie that's coming out. So that dude's on the rise. So I'm excited to see what he does. But I was like, yeah, fine. These two guys are going to see this. I guess I'll go and see it. And
just stepping in, I do like that. Even though people give him the second Gladiator trailer, like, what the fuck? I'm quite looking forward to it. I saw Denzel and it's like, don't fucking care, Denzel.
Yeah,
I'm gonna fucking watch it.
Let's keep putting money in Kanye's pocket and also put in a fucking 2012 rap song in a fucking period Gladiator movie. Completely different issue. It's going to be fine. I'm sure the movie's going to be fine. Spoiler alert, I haven't seen Gladiator. Don't come at me. I don't care. Right.
What?
What did I say, man? What did I just say? Don't come at me. I don't care. All right. I am not entertained. Moving on. Right.
This is not Sparta.
This is not Sparta. That's a different movie. I've seen that one, but yeah, it's all in the theme. I tell you what, my manners. I tell you what, Gladiator. Did you get that reference? Did you get it? Did you see the movie?
This reference?
Yes. Oh, mate, I would love it if Joaquin Phoenix just went. Anyway, right. So, Quiet Place, a day one. Now, we talked about the trailer for this a week or two ago, George. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if you were here for this, but I said, but I think I said to McManus, I was like, okay, so this is prequel. They're just alien invasion. They're just landing. Nobody knows how to deal with them. We don't know about the whole quiet thing yet. This is probably going to be like a more action-packed, chaotic, zany, fucking fast-paced, you know, action movie. That is not what this movie is at all. This is even...
No.
If anything, it's even less about the action than the other Quiet Place movies are. It's very much just a fucking indie, two characters walking across the fucking landscape, you know, very simple goals, very personal, you know, sort of, like I say, simple story, you know, low stakes, because nobody in this movie is climbing up a radio tower to send off a signal that's going to blow all the aliens away. Nobody's finding the fucking virus that's going to wipe the aliens out. You know, there's no like, we've got to assemble a crew, we've got to escape to an island, you know, which is what you would expect from one of these movies. And this fucking does none of that. And I fucking loved it. I'm ill. I'm alone. This shit's crazy. I don't know what's going on. Even if I did make it through this, I'm fucking ill. I'm not gonna make it. I just want to do a thing that I want to do in this fucking wild, batshit fucking world. I just want a slice of pizza like I used to have with my dad.
Yeah.
And that is it.
It's
and
a heartfelt little
story. And so I loved it. Go on, McManus. Go on. Too many emotions. Not enough gladiator.
The whole universe is a fucking no-no. Like, just no. Like, you hear them all in a swarm, and like when they're underground and they're just going past, like with the helicopters, and they're just swarming after the fucking helicopters, and I know they're all jumping off of fucking buildings just to get at a fucking chopper. And I bet.
I wish I could see that shit where they're all just fucking hitting the pavement every time a helicopter goes past.
But
yeah.
Yeah, like that fucking thing's coming down, and you know it, and they're just, like I say, like they are Chitauri, aren't they? But like they're scaled fucking walking tanks.
Yeah,
basically.
I mean, these things have always been super powerful, but well, obviously when you're dealing with like a small town family, you know, anything's going to seem kind of like powerful. We're not trying to fight this thing. We're not trying to fucking go to war. We're just trying to live and just trying to survive. And I think that's what this one keeps in common with the other two, where it's like, but instead of like, I'm trying to keep my family alive, it's just like, I just want to do this one thing. You know, I just have this very singular goal. And it does have like the crazy action as well. Like, you know, there is some proper crazy moments, like where you say, McManus, like they just swarm past. You hear a helicopter or somebody rips your shirt on a fucking thing, and all of a sudden it's like
the jump got me when like their carer or whatever.
Right, yeah.
He was a great character. Like that whole thing of just like, you're not my friend, you're just like, you know, that kind of contemptuous kind of relationship that they had. But then it's funny because as soon as we take away like the ability to communicate, it's like all of a sudden they understood each other so much more.
Yeah, and like, you know, it shows when he hugs her, when he sees that she's alive, like it's like, you know, like, you know, he truly does care for these, you know, these people in the hospice.
And you can see her realizing that as well. Where
like, it's just like no fucks given, just like. But yeah, my one bone of contention is they figure that out pretty fucking quick.
What, the whole quiet thing?
Yeah,
I thought it was going to be more of a struggle trying to learn that out.
Though, different people, different families.
But I mean, obviously, like she gets blown up and like knocked out or whatever on the bus or whatever it is, and then Djimon Hounsou like wakes her up and it's just straight away like, shut up. Like, so they don't even have to kind of figure it out for themselves. I thought much more of the movie was going to be just people figuring that out, but we kind of skip over that a little bit. But then we do see people. You don't need it, and you do see like people are still struggling with it. Like you can see the stress of like people know what they've got to do, but people still crack and they still break. You know, like, and not even just from like pain or like anything, but just people just like freaking out. And it very much reminded me of like what a lot of people went through, maybe, you know, during the pandy, where it's like you're just isolated, you can't express yourself in the way that you're used to be able to express yourself in, and you just get on with it. But obviously that pressure is just building and building, and yeah, it just elevates all the other senses, all the other emotions. I loved how it used, like, I love how the color palette changed and the lighting of the movie changed when there was sound and when there wasn't. So it went from very like dim and dark to very like bright and open, you know, depending on where like the characters were, and like with the volume and the tension, and like it was very much, it was just as much of like a visual gimmick as it was like an audio gimmick. Like it all tied in together, and I thought that all really worked quite well.
Say that. Yeah, there was like the one scene where you see that looks like their nest or whatever they've set up. Like it looks like there's some eggs maybe or something.
Yeah.
And it looks like a hellscape basically. There's like all. It looks like, I'm guessing, where the bridges, obviously the bridges get knocked out. Blown up. When he goes to save the cat. That's another thing. I was just like, that cat would not be that quiet.
No, it wouldn't be. Like,
if that was either of my mum's cats, it would be dead. We'd be dead.
We'd have been fucking torn apart instantly.
It would have been, right? I heard a lot. Most of what I heard about this movie was people saying that fucking cat does not make sense. The cat, like, is a super cat. Like, I heard, and I'm not a lover of cats in real life or in movies, right? And I recently saw a movie, well, not recently now, but in the beginning of the year, I saw a little movie called Argyle, which had a horrible, fucking annoying as shit cat in it. So I'm like, okay, this cat's going to ruin this movie for me, right?
The cat
I tell you what,
anything.
the cat was more concerning when it wasn't on screen than when it was, because when we see the cat, it's very much clearly like, okay, the cat's kind of just doing its thing and it's just kind of trotting about and it's minding its own business, and I kind of felt that was like just about believable. The problem is when they're running around and you can't see the cat. It's like, well, the cat, where's the cat? Like, was it in the fucking bag?
That's like, there was quite a few moments where I was like,
so yeah, it was the opposite of what I thought it was going to be. It's like I was more taken out of it when the cat wasn't there, because I was like, no, it makes sense that the cat, because cats will just run off and do their own thing, and you don't know where they are or what they're doing for fucking 3 days straight, you know.
Yeah.
But if you try, not that I've had personal experience, but I reckon if you do try and wrap a cat in a handbag, it's going to make a lot more noise than if you leave it alone.
Oh, yeah.
No, because there's actually a law in the UK.
Can't put cats in bags anymore.
No. We're responsible for what. Yeah, you always love spinning in a bag and then taking a fucking finger or hand, one of the two. Like, but yeah, we're responsible for dogs, but we're not responsible for felines, because they're just basically small tigers who decide to live with you. So, like, how the fuck does that work?
It doesn't. Look, I think the whole idea of cats is like, cats. The idea of having cats kind of goes against like every other like human nature and like element of nature and instinct that we have. Like, it doesn't make sense, which I guess is part of the whole magical allure of a cat. But not to focus on the cat too much. Moving from one cat to another cat, Joseph Quinn. Like, he doesn't come into the movie till probably like a third in. We don't really see him. We don't get really a lot of backstory with him at all. And I was worried, like, when we hadn't seen him for a while, I was like, how am I going to give a shit about this dude? You don't need it. No, I don't think you absolutely don't.
You need to know.
Well, he literally is just like,
his character.
I'm here to study. There's no way, my family are in England. There's no way I'm getting to England. I basically have no purpose. And you helped me. So now my purpose is like, I'm just going to help you do this thing. Like, I'm not going to question it. I'm not going to be like, oh, really? All this fucking destruction and all you care about is pizza. He doesn't do that, which would have been a really easy, like, character dynamic to have of them, like, kind of bickering and not getting each other. But they don't do that. It's just very sweet. You know, it's not a romantic thing, which is even better.
Yeah, I was like, oh, are they going to fucking, like, when they get to the bar and they're drinking whiskey or whatever, I was just like, are they going to kiss or something?
No, they don't. Like, I mean, if anything, he's just like, this pizza's not that good, but I'm glad, that we did.
But I do, as soon as you mention pizza, just like, Ronin. It's just like, everything's got to come back to Turtles now. Every time someone has a piece of pizza, when the world's going to go to shit, my head goes, Ronin.
They set it up. I mean, I'm looking forward to another post-apocalyptic pizza-related movie for sure. But they set it up like right away from the beginning, like, just the little bits of things that we need. Like, she's ill. Like, she had this moment of this thing, and like where her dad, like, they went for pizza, went to a jazz club or a theatre show, whatever it was.
Then proper hates the fucking world.
Like, she's proper pizza. Cynical, but like she wasn't like annoying cynical. It was just like, no, I just feel like, how you kind of just detached from all this like bullshit, from people that you think are just trying to say shit to appease you, to just try and keep you fucking calm and docile. And again, it just goes back into that whole theme of like, when we take away a lot of that bullshit, you can, for all the things that we lose, we gain so much, and all this like appreciation and kind of, deeper sort of understanding and love for the things that we do have or we did have. I loved how it opened with the with just the blaring like New York skyline, and it says like 90 decibels every day. It's just basically it's a constant scream.
Yeah, I was gonna bring this up. You said this the other day when we were talking about The Quiet Place, like when this is coming out and when it goes to theaters, and you go, "Oh, yeah, it's a fantastic way of saving money on sound producing." Yeah. And then in the third movie, that happens to be at the beginning of the entire franchise, but it's the third one. It's controllable noise, everything's ravaging, helicopters, savage running, fucking streets getting ripped up, people. Yeah.
Well, it is sort of like, it's almost like this movie is like a normal sort of like alien action adventure kind of invasion movie. It's almost like one of those movies, but in reverse. You start off with the big explosion and all the crazy shit going on, and then it slowly kind of becomes more and more quiet, and we kind of turn into these, just two characters meeting and walking and learning each other. It kind of very much just mirrors like a lot of what you would normally see from a movie like this. I mean, again, even the other Quiet Place movies, they very much crescendo upwards, even though they're on like a small scale and it's all very, quiet, obviously, but they still take that normal like action movie, trajectory, and this one just completely subverted it. And I just felt refreshed. I was like, I was so engaged, like, I did kind of like, I must have had a couple of those dime bag tears a couple of times. He must have been watching me watch this movie as well, I think. Because there's no other excuse.
I had, in the jazz club, I was like, oh yeah, that hit me. And when it shows a picture of her with a, at the end. She goes to that. Finds a picture of her with her dad. I don't know, like back to the Joseph Quinn character. It's like, it's funny you mentioned Cat, because he's just like a lost puppy, really, isn't he? He just follows her around, like, just like,
but not like in like a pathetic, simple kind of way. It's more just like, again, like he's just sort of resigned to like, well, this is kind of a hopeless situation. like, but he's not. So he's not all about like, oh, we've got to get to the science center and find out the government what's going on. We've got to get the weapon or the cure. You know, he's not like. It was just very much. It was just more zen about it. It wasn't just like wimpy, giving up, hopeless, whiny, you know, crying about the situation. I think they both rode the line. Both of their characters could have been equally irritating in different ways.
Yeah.
And they wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, like, you feel like the way you feel like, I feel like for her, I was just like, oh man, in that situation, you're just like, fuck off. Like, she literally is like that. When she tries to get away from him the first time, and he shows up and he's got a like little diary or whatever, the little book, and she's just got that face like, oh fuck, like, and he's just like, and you feel like bad for her, but you know, like the characters were well like lived in, well, you know, portrayed. But also, just one little note, because I was wondering when I was watching it, I was like, obviously they didn't film all this in fucking New York, because that would be impossible.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know, apparently they did. They shot it on the back lot at Warner Brothers Studios for the most part. But
sorry, 1 sec, be right back.
It looks great though. Like,
there's one the subway sequence.
Yeah.
I actually shot some of that at London Charing Cross.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Because it's so easy these days to like, you can see a green screen or a volume thing, like you can see it a mile off, you know, and this just, or you can sense it when they're like trying to cover it up with like camera angles or lighting. But everything in this, like even when it was like dimly lit or, you know, or closely shot or whatever, it didn't feel like it was just a tactic. It felt very intentional.
Yeah.
And all of that kind of stuff, which again, this just felt very much like a indie, two people on the road. Like this could have just been Clerks, you know what I mean, in the way that it's just two people like talking. They bicker, but you know, they don't like drive the antagonistic angle into the ground. It's like, well, there's just a quiet, loving, you know, sort of respect going on here, and it's enough. More than like, you don't need any you know, crazy like explosions and action and stuff. One thing that did annoy me though is like the government have clearly figured out like what these things are doing, like, and how it's kind of working, but then they're flying helicopters over groups of survivors with megaphones shouting out, "Be quiet!" It's like, what are we doing? Like, surely you would have a helicopter with a megaphone, and you would use that to lure all the things one way, and then you would have like a boat on the other side with like a sign, or, you know, like you would
like flares or something.
I mean, you would. I mean, maybe I'm giving the government too much credit.
Yeah,
but it does seem.
It sounds like them. Like you know, these guys you've seen in the last 24 hours. These can be affected by sound. That slowly, with our helicopters, about 6 of them, drive over a heavily populated area and say, "Get out, run! If you can float, float. They cannot breathe underwater." And so everyone comes out and just starts in like, "Imhotep, Imhotep," walking down the fucking street 6 miles an hour. And they're just coming out the buildings like, lunch. Fucking idiots.
Yeah, there was some inconsistencies like that. Like, if you've got like 1,000 people all walking down the street in unison, and the monsters can't hear that, but then like somebody else like sneezes like 50 miles away and they can hear that. The logic. You know, I mean, obviously it's a sci-fi, you know, you kind of got to suspend it to a certain extent, but I don't know, it could have been a little bit tighter.
I'm sorry.
Some of that
if
stuff.
you've got a couple of 100,000 people walking down the street and still not making a fucking sound with their mouths, it's still enough sound to like wake somebody up.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it was just I mean, maybe I'm nitpicking at that point, but considering
half of what keeps the suspense as well, though, is when you're like, they're making too much noise. Fuck's sake.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, it is suspenseful. Like, the concept is kind of nerve wracking. Like, especially when you're in like a theatre setting. Like,
it's just that
it does lend well to it.
It's just the horror setting, isn't it? It's like once you see a horror movie, you always criticize the person who fucks up in that horror movie. Yeah. So it adds to the point. You're a dumb fuck for doing that because I wouldn't have done that.
Like why would you do that?
Me in that situation.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, what?
No, and they never did that either. They never did like, oh, you stupid fuck, you made a noise. Like everyone.
Well, there was the one, but he got his fucking head caved against the wall.
Yeah, there was one time, but like, but people fuck up. Like people make them the one crucial mistake several times throughout the movie, and for the most part, it's like, well, we're all on even footing. Yeah. We don't, and obviously you can't just yell at somebody for making a noise, obviously. So there's that as well.
Where they slap each other in the face, it's like, shut the fuck up. Give you the eyes of.
Oh, sorry, I forgot the actor's name.
Which one?
You mentioned him earlier. That when she wakes up, he's like,
Djimon Hounsou, yeah.
Hounsou, yeah.
I thought he was going to be in it a lot more. I thought this movie.
He's in 3 scenes.
Because he's in the Quiet Place 2 as well, right?
Yeah.
So I figured the whole plot of this movie was going to be Joseph Quinn, Lupita Nyong'o, Djimon Hounsou, and they were going to have a ragtag little group, and then obviously not all of them were going to make it to the end, setting it up for Quiet Place.
To be honest, you expect
they didn't do that.
To be honest, you expect him to be in a lot more movies than he's in, but he just.
I don't know, man. After Rebel Moon.
Yeah, Rebel Moon don't count.
His phone stopped ringing after Rebel Moon.
Yeah. Don't hire me anymore.
Shame. But yeah, I don't know, man. Overall,
like spoilers. Like they didn't do the thing of like where Joseph Quinn like convinces her, nah, life is worth living. You've got to come with us on the boat.
Yeah, I kind of like
because I thought they were going to do that, but they didn't. And he's like, no, I get it. Just give me the cat. She does the fucking the hero walk.
Cat doesn't,
and everything's just coming in around her like meteors, like hitting the ground as she's walking away or whatever. Like that was really effective.
Yeah,
and I
do. That was the most unbelievable part. I'm pretty sure a cat doesn't know how to breathe underwater. So.
Oh, they do. They're just.
Yeah. You heard it here first. George wants to drown all cats. Everybody.
It's because they're
just saying.
Apparently their hair is microfiber.
I like cats probably the most out of anyone here.
Yeah, no, he does. He does love them.
I love my felines. It's all Egyptian. No, of course you do, George. I love cats and I love my dogs more, but I can't deal with my dog dying. I can't deal with that heartbreak anymore.
If they can breathe, with all those furballs. If they can breathe with all those furballs lodged in their necks, in their throats, or whatever, then I'm sure they maybe they can hang for a little while. And again,
he would be spluttering or doing something when he got out of water. He's just like, "Oh, I'm a bit wet."
Don't get me wrong. I said that I thought the cat stuff was going to really annoy me. I'm not saying it makes complete sense. It was still a little bit of a stretch, quite a bit of a stretch, but it was handled. It was handled in context well enough for me to enjoy the movie and not worry about it too much.
The one part that fucking got me is that cat on that fucking girder, just on the girder, and the concrete bastard just literally just scrapes on the metal. You're gonna tell me some shithead cat isn't gonna shut his mouth? The cat's just like.
The thing is,
if
in
it's
reality,
something a cat would not like,
the cat
like,
would
fuck
fucking
you,
get
fuck
its
you,
back
fuck
up.
you, fuck you,
Yeah,
fuck you.
exactly.
Yeah.
Be like,
The cat would literally, yeah.
Yeah, no,
And he'd be
again,
like,
it
well,
doesn't work at all. Like, realistically, it doesn't make sense at all. But in the context of the movie, they juggled it well enough. I mean, I would say probably maybe don't have the cat in there at all. I don't think there really was a need to have the cat in there. But and part of my brain is going, like the cynical part of my brain is going, well, they just want to put a cat in a movie because there's people that will like to see a cat in a movie.
It's part of her story, so the cat
But
is
is
part
it?
of her.
I mean, I guess without the cat, like you really wouldn't see any like humanity or compassion. Like maybe she would be like too unlikable if you didn't have the cat. It would be like she would be too mean and cynical.
I'm guessing the producer is a cat person because like I think this is actually
I read something about
putting out for like the people who are cat people, because there's not many movies about cat people unless they're portrayed as fucking weirdos. Like
yeah, I like that she wasn't like a super like eccentric, like, you know, she wasn't like this big googly eyed glasses, like, you know, like hippy dippy kind of cat lady. Like, I like that she was just a regular person who just happened to have a cat.
Yeah. Like, this is my cat. I like cats better than humans. Fuck you. Like,
there you go. Drown them too. Was that George?
Sorry, I just saw a note. Lupita Nyong'o actually had a fear of cats.
Oh, so perfect casting.
So she was like, "Could you change that animal?" And she overcame her fear with cat therapy. By the end of the production,
wow,
she adopted a cat of her own.
So she went through her own personal journey of fucking compassion and acceptance. So glad that all worked out for everyone.
Also, no, the cat was actually portrayed by two different cats named Nico and Schnitzel.
Nico and Schnitzel.
Name your cat Schnitzel.
What's the name?
I'm not going to make a joke about food. Certain types of food. Anyway, should we rate it?
Yeah, I absolutely think we should rate it. I was really surprised by this. I would absolutely give this like for what it is, considering you're expecting it to be like this big, like mindless blockbuster. It's a prequel to like a franchise where you're thinking like, oh, well, they're just milking this franchise now.
You know, some prequels.
So my expectations were low for this. So I think if I was expecting this to be like some sort of like independent, like arty, you know, heartfelt drama kind of movie, then my rating would be lower. But because I was expecting this to just be like a cheap fucking cash in, I definitely rate it up. And you know, if you're expecting a big old blockbuster, then maybe this isn't the one. But maybe it will warm you in other ways that will make it feel worthwhile. I'll give this 4. I'll do a 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5 slices of what must be the driest, stalest pizza.
That's exactly what I was thinking for the rating system as well.
Because it got like halfway into this movie, and I'm like, then I thought, well, where's the chef? Like, what is she gonna like fucking kidnap the chef and like force him to make her the pizza? Like, I was like, how is this gonna work? This is not gonna be good. But either way, bad or good, 4 out of 5 slices.
Sorry, I'll go.
It's all right, count the slices.
Fucking hell. No, I was surprised. I really wasn't bothered. I've seen the first 2. And when this like was announced, it was like, where are we fucking going with this one? And then I stuck it on, and like, I wanted to go with George, but then the boy is up my bum.
Yeah.
But then,
so you had to watch it legally on another night. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. And I was really surprised by it. I enjoyed it a lot. So yeah, gets a 4.
Happy days.
Fucking hell. So we got 12 slices of fucking
12 slices. That's a fucking large, everybody.
Hey, we got a full-grown pizza.
That is a large pizza. Congratulations. If you ordered it from Domino's, you're now poor.
Yeah, probably. I
the 5-slice mozzarella.
Yeah, delivery.
Yeah, absolutely. Like,
well, yeah, amazing.
Yeah, you order your pizza, you think it's just going to be fast food, and then all of a sudden, it's like, it's like a sushi pizza. You know what I mean? Like
golden goodness, you're going to regret in the morning.
It's Absolutely. Like a gourmet pizza. It is still just pizza, but as far as like I say, like a big sort of not generic, but just sort of like a tentpole IP kind of alien adventure movie.
Yeah.
No, this is on the higher end of it, and it's definitely. I'm definitely glad that I went to see this, and I was really just like, oh, I guess I got to go see this for the show because the other guys are seeing it. Okay, it'll be average, and yeah, forced me into it. Like they forced Joseph Quinn to take that cat. Like,
I need to force you guys to watch Yellowstone for fuck's sake.
Maybe I'll watch Yellowstone. I mean, Kevin Costner could use the support because his new movie's not doing very well at all.
I thought that was going to get so much money. It's bombed to shit. And and the part 2 August release date has been wiped off the board. It's like it will come out. We just don't know when.
Yeah, no, you can't spend $300 million on 2 like long, slow burn, character driven westerns when you're Kevin Costner thinking that you're still the biggest movie star, like it's 1994, like, and you're going to make your money back, and you think like you're going to film them back to back, and so you've already made the second one, and now you've got to release it knowing that it's going to lose money because the first one cost 100 million by itself and it made like less than 20. And now you're still committed to the second one. The studio are going to want to hang his guts up for fucking decorations, mate. I'm telling you that much.
Paramount already fucking won him. Like, they're in a lawsuit because he's taking the producer to court.
He's burning bridges, mate. He's burning bridges. You know what? He fucking divorced his wife because he was making this movie. He quit a hit TV show and divorced his wife so he could make a $300 million vanity project, and now it's bombed. So I'm sorry, Kevin, but everything I do not do it for you.
I bet.
Moving on. I think we're getting out of here. Yeah. Oh, and by the way, worst Robin Hood ever. Fuck off.
Oh, really?
Shut the fuck up, man.
Alan Rickman is good.
Yes.
Everything else, complete garbage.
Bollocks.
Like,
absolute bollocks. I disagree.
What are we doing? What are we doing? Give me fucking
Austin films I actually give a shit about.
Give me Kerry. As I've got
Northern blood, you can get fucked on that one.
No, Men in Tights is a much better fucking Robin Hood depiction.
Fuck.
Okay.
That's all I'm sorry. I do like that one Kevin Costner movie where he's a fucking bank robber or something, and he's got the Jehovah's Witness kid. Do you remember that one?
What the fuck is that one?
He's like he's like a bank robber, and he takes this like kid hostage.
Have you actually watched Field
of Dreams? To get away. No, don't give a fuck about cricket. And yeah, there's this one movie, I think it's called like, what's it called, like Money in the World or something. There's a Kevin Costner movie, he kidnaps a kid and they have a heartwarming bonding adventure. That's a good movie. Robin Hood, not so much. He stole from the poor to give to the rich, or the Alan Rickman, which is fine. You know what, Alan Rickman, you can have that one. I'll let you have that.
Why is spoon, my lord? Because it stole, idiot. It hurts more.
There you go. Hopefully, maybe one day we'll actually get like a good Robin Hood movie, because I don't really think there's been like an actual good serious one.
Oh, mate. Like,
a serious one.
Yeah, obviously Men in Tights is like amazing. But other than that, we've not really had like a definitive. We've not had a definitive Robin Hood. I think there's still room for that one. If they're going to keep doing remakes and reboots, give me a fucking Robin Hood. Give me a fucking Robin Hood remake. Anyway.
Prince of Thieves.
Are you going to talk? Prince of Thieves. Were you actually going to talk about Beverly Hills? Because I haven't seen it, and I'm fucking tired.
Yeah, no, I was gonna wrap it up because, like, I don't know, it's not that good. Anyone saying that it's better than 2 and 3, smoking crack, mate. Fucking smoking crack. It's shot like an 80s movie. Like, it kind of looks authentic, but
within 5 minutes, you know it's Axel Foley. That's all you need to know.
Oh yeah, you better get used to that fucking synthesizer because you're going to be hearing it for the whole fucking movie.
That coming from back room the other day, and I was like, "Are you watching? What I think you're watching?" She's like, "Yeah."
Yeah. I mean, I know they overdo the theme tune and the synth in the original ones, but they really fucking beat you over the head with it. You know, it's this the father-daughter storyline is more interesting than the actual like crime plot, which doesn't really.
It's got such an
really
80s intro. Point. It's unbelievable. But this movie starts from like you've just watched all 3, so the entire city knows who he is. So he just starts with everyone like, "Hey, you know, I can arrest you." And fuck you.
It plays like everyone in the movie. Everyone in the movie has seen the Beverly Hills Cop movie because they treat him like he's a celebrity. Like, fair enough, he did some big cop stuff in the 80s, but not everyone in the fucking city is going to know about the fucking crime case from 1986, are they?
Yeah, no, George.
It's like, but they're treating him like he's They're treating him like he's Eddie Murphy. You know what I mean? Like, it's you know, it's that guy. We all love him. Woo!
The guy he gets arrested by in the first place. Literally, he has files that are basically all 3 movies. He reads it like, oh, this one, like, this, you took a lot of good people down in this one. That's good.
Oh, yeah.
You took a lot of people down in this good. Oh, and the third file, not your best work.
It was like lame, like meta jokes. Like, it was really fucking lowest common denominator, like just broad, you know, just super broad. We're supposed to be surprised that Kevin Bacon is the villain. It's like, well, obviously Kevin Bacon's in this. Of course he's the villain. Otherwise, Kevin Bacon wouldn't be in this.
Yeah, no, as soon as Kevin Bacon started being nice, it's like, yep, it's him. He's a dick.
It's funny you mentioned 80s and Kevin Bacon. I watched Maxine last night.
Oh, how was it?
An 80s film.
I've never seen any of those films, but they've got quite a following. They're quite... Yeah, I get the impression that they're probably, like, up my alley.
I was kind of late. My girlfriend showed me X and Pearl. I was like, fuck, these like Ty West. I watched House of the Devil.
House of the Devil.
What he did in 2009. Is it that or no? Fuck, fucking
sounds familiar.
I don't know. I've heard they're good. I probably will check them all out.
I heard Maxine. I heard Halsey's in Maxine. Like, does she have a cameo or what is it?
Hang on, what?
No, Halsey, the pop artist.
Oh, she might. She might be one of the porn star women.
Well, I know it's got.
She gets a fucking black eye in it. Well, that's all I know.
I know it's Maya Goth and Giancarlo Esposito, so like, yeah, I'm probably in for that.
Yeah, that's another person who's in it. And I was like, oh shit, it's Gus from Breaking Bad. I was watching Maximum Overdrive the other day as well, and he's in that from the 80s.
Yeah.
You know, the one Stephen King, the only one he actually directed.
Yeah, no,
but I recommend watching Maximum. It's over the fucking top. Obviously, it's the order of the films are, you know, X came out first, then Pearl, and then but the order in which they, you know, chronologically. The story goes from Pearl to X to Maxine.
Right, yeah. See, I've heard rumbles of them throughout the last couple of years, and it's like, these clearly have a cult following. There's definitely an audience for this. They cost like 3 to 5 million each, I think, and they've all made like 20. at least. So they're doing this. It's a sustainable franchise. It's doing quite well for itself. So hopefully they all stream on something. Where did you watch the first two? Where were they streaming?
Might have been YouTube.
Oh, just a rental situation.
Rental. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. No worries. I will definitely get in.
Yeah.
I will definitely get into those. Next week, what is out? Oh, not next week, but coming up, Deadpool Wolverine, The Boys season 4. We're going to be doing a review on that. Some fun stuff coming up. You'll have at least 2 of those.
Huh? Well, you got 2 in The Boys, by the way.
I'm only in season 2, man. I was gonna stick on an episode after this, to be honest. I don't know if I'm gonna make it. I might be able to in 2 weeks, but I've possibly might.
Yeah.
Let's go. No, we should do it when George is ready, because then he.
No, I assumed.
That'll be cool.
I assumed that we'd be a bit late on The Boys review. We'll be bang on the money for Deadpool Wolverine. We'll be dropping an episode that week, and that'll be me and McManus, and then because The Boys finishes next week. But obviously, we're not going to do it then. So it'll be the week after Deadpool Wolverine, probably, that we do that. We'll do a Boys episode.
Yeah.
And next week, maybe, I don't know.
You read the comics yet, George?
Boys.
Yeah.
No, dude.
I only found out 2 days ago. Huey in the comics is based on Simon Pegg.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Literally, just looks like Simon Pegg.
Because the guy the showrunner of The Boys, loved Spaced. He watched Space when he was younger. It's like he wanted him as The Boys, but then they got him to play Huey's dad, which is fucking cool.
I'm pretty sure I said I was going to lend you The Boys at one point, George. Because I do have them all, but obviously we never got around to that, and we don't want you to have homework. So yeah, we'll just do the show. I mean, I could talk about that comic run a whole lot. I think we touched on it a couple of weeks ago, as well.
And we'll chat.
But cool when we I'll do a little section, because there is some stuff going on in the show that is it'll be interesting to talk about how it's different to the book, and I'll give a little bit on that when we get to it. But anyway,
as well.
Anyway, did you like A Quiet Place? Are you looking forward to Captain America 4? Are you looking forward to Deadpool? Is the Marvel stuff getting you interested again? Because it's starting to feel like it's kind of, getting a bit more exciting now than what it has been the last few years.
It felt like this afternoon when everyone saw the Captain America trailer,
good vibes. I was getting good vibes online. I mean, there's going to be some people that'll be like, not my cap.
Yeah. With me, it was like when I saw what's his name? Sam. When he does the Sam speed up Tony Stark thing, he does, but in his new wingsuit. I was like, not many people are going to fucking get that scene, but I like it.
Looks cool. It looks cool, and I'm hoping that the vibe is good online. It seems like it is. I say, hopefully it's more positive, but maybe you disagree. Maybe you're not feeling it anymore. Maybe it's the time is come and gone. Maybe you want to watch more Axel Foley. Maybe you want to watch more Quiet Place. Do you want more of those? Whatever. Just say hi, comment, like, subscribe, click all the bells, click all the whistles, do all the stuff. Social media, Pop Roast Podcast, check out Necromorph, all of the stuff. And we will see everyone maybe next week, but next time,
you'll know
that may be. You'll know. They always know.
Peace.
Peace.